Okay, alright. Hello and welcome everybody. The newly released just today. I guess it was some kind of hiccup with March of the Machine Aftermath. Getting a bunch of new dinos, actually. I'm quite excited. Certainly the thumbnail's sake, the namesake for tonight, Tranquil Frillback. Oh my goodness. Yeah, super excited for that. I'm going to open up some packs that you see here. I'll wait for people to join in a little bit. We can look at the new dinos and we'll get back to this. I bought 10 packs. I got a golden pack, which was quite nice, and I certainly have enough for Tranquil Frillback. That is the only thing I'm looking to get in March of the Machine Aftermath, and could get anything else. But let's take a look at those dinos as people join, and hopefully I at least get one Tranquil Frillback. I don't know why that's a tongue twister, but it is. Yeah, one Tranquil Frillback at least. Sorted by Aftermath for sure, and oh boy, this is going to be exciting stuff. Some non-dino things. Now the other dino, where is it? Harness Snubhorn, yes. Pretty interesting, not that I see myself using it too much. Vigilance, whenever Harness Snubhorn deals combat damage to a player, so it's not just straight up damage, and chances are the opponent could probably somewhat easily block this. We may not get it through, although the Vigilance is quite nice. Return target artifact or enchantment from your graveyard to the battlefield, so that could be an interesting way to cheat out something big and expensive. I think I might go down that line, try it out one day. And of course, being a dinosaur, there's a good chance we can give it haste, maybe surprising the opponent. They're open, and then we drop this. We've discarded some big expensive artifact that normally we wouldn't get to have out so early. We do our own bit of cheating, potentially. It would take quite a bit of a change, though. You'd want that benefit often enough. Maybe some artifact that you sacrifice to do a thing, and then you just always keep, or often keep getting it back with the Harnessed Snubhorn here. The other dinos, well, this one certainly is interesting, I must say. I might go with 4-color, 5-color potentially. Gold Forge Thoptrix. Of course, it doesn't benefit from cost reduction. It only costs a white and a blue. But the 1/3 flying lifelink, that seems decent enough. It could scare away, variations of spirits, at least stall it out a little bit. Each legendary permanent you control, though, has ward 2, and that does stack, so we'd maybe have 4 copies of this. It'd be a rough time trying to take out Galta, any other legendary dino. Usually it is just Galta, but yeah, sometimes I splash other stuff in, and it legendary permanent, so Planeswalkers are legendary permanent. That could be the ticket. It's just nice to have another reasonable flying and lifelink dinosaur, and I think it should be somewhat easy enough to cast with Secluded Courtyard, Unclaimed Territory, and those 2 lands specifically. Worth a try, at least, and it is uncommon, so it doesn't hurt the wildcard budget. And there was one other dino, I'm pretty sure, somewhere here. Maybe not. Oh, Drannith Ruins. That's also something I'm looking to open. Tapped out a colorless. Yeah, sometimes I'm messed up with lands that only tap for a colorless or for red. Things are fully reduced with cost reduction, only leaving green to pay for that creature. So it could be rough, but still the 2, late game Otepec Huntmaster. This saves Otepec Huntmaster as long as we go into full control. It enters for 1 red. Actually, no, it doesn't. What am I thinking? Non-human. Okay, it doesn't save Huntmaster. It saves other things. You have 2 Marauding Raptors out, and then you go full control. You put 2 counters on the Shifting Ceratops, which would die to the 2 Marauding Raptor pings. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, worth a try at some point. And I like the alternate art of this. That's pretty sweet. Hopefully it goes on sale. I don't feel the need to spend 3,000 gold. Maybe. If it performs really well, we'll see. Okay. I think that's enough. Let's get to the packs. I'll start off with that single March of Machine. Let's see a wild card. Yeah, no. Okay, here goes the first one. Tranquil Frillback. Let's go. Just one. At least one. You can do it. Arnie Meadowbrow. Now that's actually something I was meaning to talk about. It's good. I opened up a copy, but whenever a creature you control attacks, or a creature enters the battlefield under your control, attacking, pay 2, you may put a creature with mana value less than that creature's mana value from your hand onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. So it's like you surprise them, and man, that is that's going to be very nice indeed. I might just try that out on the regular. Wow. Yeah, just reading that over again. I've only read it a couple times, but whenever a creature you control attacks. So, Marauding Raptor 4/3. I pay 2. Or Galta, actually, come to think of it. This would synergize with Galta. She costs 12, even after reduction and all that. We pay 2 and we get to put any other creature we have from our hands onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Man, that is fantastic. This is March of the Machine Aftermath Nox. 5 ways, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. Just the first pack, recently released today. It was, again, supposed to be released tomorrow, but in this new mini set, it's kind of like the leftover from March of the Machine, at least. I think that's what I read. Yeah, there is some good dinos. The Tranquil Frillback, as we'll talk about, hopefully opening, and yes, Arnie Meadowbrow. Galta, super costly. We pay 2. We can put any creature, any other creature we have from our hand onto the battlefield. So I like it. I like it indeed. Yes, new dinos. The new set came out, Heaven, just today. It's surprising just because March of the Machine recently came out, and yeah, they're trying something different with this, a small, tiny set. I'm certainly happy because we got some new dinos, and one so fantastic with the Tranquil Frillback here. Oh, I'm not going to get as lucky as regular March of the Machine, where I think a lot of you guys were watching. If you weren't, I opened up the full play set of Ancient Imperiosaur. That was pretty crazy. Oh no, there'll be some heavy hitters, I think, from this, but I do like them. Testing out different stuff, smaller sets, leftover things. Hey, if it brings more dinos, that's fine by me, that's for sure. Very spicy. Oh, I don't need that. It might just be probably about an hour or so tonight. My wife's not feeling the greatest, so it'll probably be a little shorter than usual, but let's see that Tranquil Frillback. You can do it. Sarkin, man, that would be fantastic. Hopefully we get something like this in Lost Caverns of Ixalan for dinos. Maybe 1, a green and a red. Dinosaur spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. And whenever a dino enters the battlefields, have whoever it is, Huatli, become a copy of it. Oh, that's nice. That'd be pretty sweet. Oh, we're gonna get some more Dino Lords definitely from Lost Caverns of Ixalan, I'm pretty sure. Yes, hopefully she does. Oh, hey, a wild card is good. Technically, that is a Tranquil Frillback, so well, that's okay. Tranquil Frillback. Let's go. Four more chances. Man, that's the third of this. Okay, two more. I feel it. It's gonna happen. Oh, lots of black cards, unfortunately. That's not too bad. Sometimes I do cult, other times it is painful. It's not every month, and 2 rare wild cards is good. But yeah, I still haven't settled completely on maybe what my particular favorite variation is, and sometimes I'll have streaks where I face one specific type of deck that I wasn't facing. Maybe one day I've got a lot of stuff in the sideboard for something, and then I face something completely different. Mono Green Devotion, there was a couple days ago where it was like 8 or 9 different matches all against Mono Green Devotion, which can be pretty hard, but it's not every month, definitely, that I get there. But I have gotten there, and yeah, sometimes just doesn't happen. Already queued it up with the list for tonight here. There's the craft all button. I think I have to re-add them to craft them. 1 second. It's being a little glitchy there. It was a little glitchy there today with issues. We did get 2,000 experience, I believe. Alright, good stuff. Still have 35 rare wildcards. Beautiful. Add that guy in there. I just love the art of this thing. Just so generally good. Okay, the list for tonight. I've been liking it a lot. A super duper ton of ramp, my goodness. Thunderherd Migration, safer than Drover of the Mighty as it has been in the past. Revealing a Dinosaur, our own rampant growth, again where basically no one else has access to a rampant growth. We got this, and sometimes Topiary Stomper, and sometimes Ranging Raptors. 3 potential rampant growths. Ranging sometimes getting 2 basic lands, but that's the big addition to supercharge the stable ramp. Oh, I know, 5 ways, I must say. That is the big addition. But if you take a look, I've actually cast the Terrask a few times today, more than I ever have before. I don't think I've ever cast him before today, just because it is so rough. We've got sometimes multiple lands from Ranging being pinged. We play it with Marauding out, Marauding pings it, we get a land. They attack with a big creature, we get a second land off of this one creature. Topiary Stomper gets us a land. Thunderherd Migration. We've got cost reduction still with Huntmaster and Marauding Raptor, possibly reducing the Terrask to 8 to 7, whatever it is. And of course, Castle Garenbrig, technically tapping for 2 green. 5 lands in total with this ability, but you get 6 green. Beautiful, beautiful stuff right there. You got that plus Domri. There's an absolutely insane amount of ramp. 24, I guess 28-ish. Castle Garenbrig in some cases could be considered sort of 2 lands since it makes 2 green. But of course, Castle Garenbrig has been nice in the past, getting me just that 1 mana closer to be able to cast Tyrannix Rex here, so let's make use of its ability, its power. We're going to power out the Terrask like never before. My goodness. Crazy. It has haste and hexproof. Effectively Ward 10. No one is ever and can ever target that. Maybe mono green, perhaps, but basically it reads haste, hexproof. Whenever it attacks, fights target creature defending player control. So each turn we're attacking, we're getting rid of something. Hopefully they don't have enough creatures to combine and block and kill it. But even if they do, we play this, we take out one creature, they block with 3 other creatures. We take out 4 in that scenario. That's pretty decent. And then all the creatures other than this are attacking and doing a ton of damage. But it is just a little bit more removal that it really does seem like I can cast it easily enough. 4 Domries plus this, 5 cards for interaction with whatever creatures the opponent is trying to do. Attack us with, whatever it is. Of course, Ripjaw is very lovely. And I must say, overall, it feels a lot better against aggro. Certainly starting with Raging Raptors. That sometimes is going to scare off aggression from the opponent. If they have a bunch of 2/2s, 2/3s, maybe they have 1 3/3 and some other 2/2s. No one in their right mind is going to attack with the 2/2s or the 2/3s. Ranging just blocks, we stop the damage, we get another basic land, we just keep going ahead and ahead and ahead. And speaking of the basic land angle of this, ranging, topiary, and Thunderherd migration, that is 12 things to grab a basic land. There is only 9 basic lands in the list. Of course, I would usually never expect to see all 12 in a single game. You never know. I haven't quite run out of basic lands yet, but it is definitely possible that's going to happen here. I usually like 10. Definitely, whenever I'm doing something super stable rampy like this. Oh yes, absolutely, Nox. It's lovely. We've got... It's kind of like an extra additional inevitable thing. We're doing a lot of lovely interaction with Domri here. Ripjaw, drawing cards, fighting, stopping aggro, Regisaur, Tranix Rex quite easily getting this down against control. A big scary threat. Just hitting them with a lot of bodies, a lot of haste, and then we see the Tarask at some point. This will just bust right through whatever they're doing. We fight Cavalier of Thorns potentially for mono green, and then they want to block with a bunch of other things. Hopefully, I can maybe work in some way to give this trample so even more damage can get through to the opponent. But otherwise, it is nice. Popping in to say hi, Dr. Zooks. Hope it's good. Yes, Watch Gamer 2. Okay, I say we get into it. Shifting Ceratops and Carnage Tyrant in the sideboard. I trimmed 3 Carnage to make room for this new Tranquil Frillback edition. We stop artifacts and enchantments. We exile graveyards. We gain life. Could be very nice against aggro. And 5-color Enigmatic Incarnation, enchantments, and Greasefang potentially, even though they can fill the graveyard at instant speed at the end of our turn. I think that covers enough stuff, often enough to get us wins. Covers multiple things. I'm happy. And Flamesweep, of course, against aggro. Pinging, ranging to get a land, or Ripjaw to draw a card. It's just a lovely package of stuff that we're bringing the pain against, hopefully. Cut, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. It's going to be a little bit shorter tonight. Wife's got an upset stomach a wee bit. Oh, not best of one. Traditional Explorer, yes. But yeah, getting some matches, maybe 3 or 4. Something like that. I had to do something that featured the new edition, Tranquil Frillback. I think that is going to be a game changer overall. It saves space. You might shore up another matchup, perhaps, because with Tranquil Frillback you're covering so many painful matchups, at least a little bit, all in a single card. Perhaps you bring in Damping Sphere, Weathered Rune Stone to stop people cheating out cards from their library. Yeah, it's getting pretty good, I must say. We cover everything. Dinos do everything. Sometimes Nox, yes. It's hard to say. Sometimes I'm flooded. I have 21 lands tonight, which of course is very crazy indeed. But usually, well, sometimes I can win fast if the game goes on long. It can be rough, especially against Azorius control. If this is... Oh, Spirits. It's going to be a little bit rough since I'm not starting off with shifting Ceratops. This could be painful. At least game one, but Spirits doing their classic Spirit stuff. But yeah, if the game goes on decently long, yeah, it should work out. Definitely need a source of red. If Domri can happen, you know, maybe we interact with the Supreme Phantom at some point. Oh, okay. They sacrifice the Mausoleum Wanderer. I'm okay with that, kind of. It stops some of their aggression. Hopefully, of course, we get another land next turn. A little bit rough. There we go, folks. Definitely. Topiary Stomper. Get that going. Beautiful. Get another source of red. That Karplusan Forest is a dual land, so just pad the sources of red in case I need 2 sources of red in a single turn. I have that potential. Probably fight that Cemetery Illuminator with Domri. Yes, please. I hope. Crossing my fingers. Of course, the painful counterspell. That's alright. We'll go with some Rotting Raptor. Play a second one next turn. Hopefully things haven't gotten too bad, but they'll mostly kill us here. If we draw another Domri, it might be okay. But it definitely is painful not starting off with shifting. It's a fantastic general body. And, you know, if you ever face Spirits, yeah, at least have a decent chance because you have it in on game 1. Now we're not busting through that. I assume they would attack with everything. Yeah. Well, Spirits doing their Spirit stuff. Time to bring the pain. Now, Flame Sweep could be kind of nice if they don't get that early Supreme Phantom. We would have taken out the Mausoleum Wanderer, would have sacrificed itself to probably take out Spectral Sailor, although I potentially would have had an extra 2 to pay for Mausoleum Wanderer's ability there, making us pay an extra 2 based off Mausoleum Wanderer's power. Nah, I'm going to leave Flame Sweep out. Ripjaw, yeah, it could be nice. Tarask, no. Galta, no. That stuff, well, we want earlier stuff, basically. That's about it. You know what? I like Tyrannix Rex, the haste. Sometimes Carnage Giant can be a little bit slow if there is no haste, unfortunately. That has happened in the past, so T-Rex just coming down, hitting them, and that's enough to get the job done. Pretty much trim the top a little bit to make the curve lower, of course, with the fantastic shifting Ceratops here. And oh, hey, I could kind of work with that. It certainly could be a lot worse. I didn't manage to do the combo yesterday, Dr. Gazooks, unfortunately, but that's alright. Sometimes it just doesn't happen in a single night. It might take a night or 2. But it definitely is a very nice combo indeed. Never gets old. At least whatever we do should be safe coming up here. This Thunderherd Migration getting us that mountain. Alright. Oh, well, maybe Mausoleum Wanderer really wants to sacrifice itself. Hopefully that's not the case. Oh, they do. Okay. Nuts. Yeah, I'll definitely revisit Polyraptor again. That is satisfying. And with all this ramp, I could probably work in Polyraptor to this list as well. Be able to cast it pretty easily, I would think. It is less than the Terrask, so that is nice. Definitely a little bit sad I haven't seen another land, but that happens every now and then. Yeah, sometimes you just don't get shifting ceratopses. That really is the ticket against decks like this. Oh yes, I could definitely see myself doing a one of Polyraptor for sure. I'm gonna try for Huntmaster. Nah, we don't need that. Have another one in hand. At least I haven't played too many creatures. We're still at a reasonably healthy 18. Oof, double Curious Obsession. It would be nice to get rid of the Supreme Phantom. Oh, and Staggering Insight. Well, we're not dead yet, but we need shifting pretty much next turn. Ouch. That's a lot of cards, my goodness. Hey, we got some stuff. Well, we'll reveal a dino. We'll get to do two things, at least. Two sources of red, just in case. Possibly playing Tyrannix Rex next turn with the cost reduction. That's pretty crazy, Nox. It certainly has been a long time since I've seen two Curious Obsessions, but also the Staggering Insight there. Drawing 3 cards a turn is not fun. But as long as Huntmaster sticks around, we could get Tyrannix Rex. Cause the opponent a lot of pain. They may have to discard stuff at some point here, no? Mausoleum Wanderer, not... Okay, no, that probably will do us in. Yeah, we're not winning that one. Definitely. Yeah. Sometimes it just doesn't happen against spirits. Haven't faced a lot of spirits, I must say. It's been a lot of mono green and Rakdos. Spirits seems to be fairly uncommon, but of course it's always waiting, lurking in the shadows. Forgot the nuts, and I'm still meaning to add another nut there. I'll get around to it. I was looking into lemons, if the opponent sours or they're roping us. I've got some videos to add potentially. Probably do that tomorrow. Of course, if you guys have any suggestions for stuff, the Boom, that's probably my most favorite recent addition for whenever I'm swept. Painful. Oh, the nuts. Nuts are if I can't bust through something, if the opponent kills one of my creatures. I often say nuts. That's about the worst word I say here. So I'm like, oh, nuts. The thing got countered. Yeah, that's about it. We are seeing 5-color Keruga Fires of Invention though, so Tranquil Frillback going to be coming in for game 2 and hopefully shining quite nice. Hopefully Marauding Raptor sticks around. It could be very explosive if we get the second one plus Ranging Raptors. It feels like they want to do something to Marauding. They're waiting. Ah, okay. Well, it's not the end of the world. Of course, I'll play it safe with Thunderbird Migration. Get that nice stable ramp and... Well, next turn it should be good. At least we do get back this creature, though. That's not a total loss. Yes, nuts are for oopsies. If I can't bust through mono green, they have lots of creatures. I do have this.
Oh man, tough stuff.
Just keep going with the stable ramp here. Topiary Stomper leading potentially next turn to Marauding plus Ranging Raptors. Domri plus Marauding. A lot of options right there. Oh, and more lands. Beautiful stuff. Yes, definitely Marauding. Get the cost reduction for Tyrannosaurus Rex next turn. Yeah, ranging for sure. Stable ramp. Stable ramp. That's where it's at. And yeah, as long as Marauding's sticking around, we get T-Rex, and that's... Oh yes, heaven. I love that one too. Beautiful. That is pretty fantastic. Yes. Smoked him. Sammy, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. You joined at the right moment. Got the job done easily. Playing T-Rex. Thunderherd Migration, a land. Ranging Raptors was like Thunderherd Migration. It had the same cost after the reduction. But we're also left with a body. Oftentimes, Ranging Raptors, it can be better than Topiary Stomper. You get the land, you get a body you can attack with, but also you might have a body to block with. Again, you get 2 basic lands in some cases, a lot of cases actually. At the very least, you could just keep attacking, maybe you get a couple hits off, 4 damage with Ranging Raptors, and they finally decide, oh, I should block this, I don't want to keep taking 2. Something like that. Yeah, that was beautiful. Okay, but yes, Tranquil Frillback. We definitely want to be destroying an artifact or enchantment with this. Hopefully maximizing the cost reduction, playing it for a single green, then paying maybe 1 other green or 2 green, the cost it originally was, and boom. Exiling graveyards, gaining life. I love it. Terrask, it could be okay. We definitely want this. And don't need Domri quite as much, I would imagine. 1 gold. Actually, T-Rex, I'm going to switch that for Carnage Tyrant, just because they can somewhat easily pay the ward 4 cost. If they're casting their things for free, what turn was it? 5 or 6, I think. Something like that. It seemed like they didn't have a whole lot going on, perhaps, so they saw the Tyrannosaurus Rex. They didn't have a sweeper, I would imagine, in their hand. So that's why they conceded pretty early, but hey, I'll take it. I'm happy to beat them without needing enchantment haste. This hand, though, absolutely lovely. Bunch of lands, definitely nice seeing the 3rd one here. Huntmaster, slap down Ranging Raptors, keep chipping away, but you know what, I think they have a thing to do, something to one of my things, so I'm going to play it safe again with Thunderherd Migration. You can't Leyline Binding and temporarily exile a basic land, so we're just ahead by 1. Let's go and Castle Garenbeek to boot. You know what, let's go ahead by 1 again. We still only have 1 Dino, so let's continually make use of Ranging Raptors before we play it. Boom! Look at that. Castle Garenbeek. We're at 6 green stably, and the opponent can't do anything to stop that 6 green. Maybe they have Field of Ruin, Demolition Zone. There it is. What was I saying? Leyline Binding. Man, this is looking good. And of course with Tranquil Frillback, the new addition there, we don't have to sacrifice it to destroy an artifact or enchantment, similar to Thrashing Brontodon, which is very fantastic indeed. Even though Tranquil Frillback is a 3-3, where Thrashing Brontodon is a 3-4, I don't think that's much of a difference. A worthwhile enough difference that I'm going to care about. Definitely Domri though. Hey, we play him, ranging, fight the Goblin token, beautiful stuff, and we hopefully will see Galta next turn. We potentially could with maybe 1 more Dino. But look at all that lands and ramp. Yes, someone new in chat. It's nice to have Nox. I don't believe you've been here before, Nox. Maybe you have. I've done this a lot, certainly, so I do lose track. It has been a long time. Still going strong. Always loving the Dinos. Having a good time. If they... Oh, also, Star Wars, if you like that. If the opponent has mana up and they might counter a thing, do something painful, I might not want to do the thing, and it might be...
It's a trap!
I love that. And we get Galta. Beautiful stuff. I can't fight with Dharma, unfortunately, to take down Heliod, but hey, oof. That's pretty sweet. Hopefully Galta survives. Of course, I would imagine there's a leyline binding coming up at some point. Hoping to see a Tranquil Frillback. Of course, I'm a quarter of the way through the deck at this point. You would roughly expect to see a Frillback, one of the 4... No, I cut Tranix Rex. Carnage Tyrant or Tranix Rex at some point here. It looks like Elish Norn, Agent of Treachery, to steal Galtas. It tends to do the trick. And if you keep drawing lands, that definitely does the trick. Not a fun time. Yeah. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. I appreciate it. Always happy to have new people and continue things. Get to making this a full-time job eventually. Whatever I have to do. Commentate on stuff. Continue to play other games as I have done in the past. But I just love focusing on Dinos so much. Having a good time, win or lose. Of course, Thunderherd Migration. I'm going to keep playing it safe, just in case. Again, they have Rafine's Tower. It is a triome, so they have 3 types of lands. They could fairly reasonably have all the types being able to cast that leyline binding for a single white. Yes, they could have done it. Good stuff. Topiary Stomper it is. Beautiful. Another Sorcerite, again, just in case, we need it by chance. Just keep ramping. Okay, they're tapped out. This is good. We can do lots of stuff and not have to worry about that binding. Definitely Huntmaster. Start stacking that cost reduction. Huntmaster for 2, Marauding for 1, Ranging for 1. Man, that is where it's at. So we stably ramp the first few turns. And then once we get enough, we can stack that cost reduction and still stably ramp, and boom, look, we can play just about anything. Oof. If it's not safe to play the creatures that ramp, play the stuff that ramps by getting basic lands, and then you get enough, you can just barf the creatures with cost reduction after the opponent taps out, or after it's maybe a little bit safer, potentially. But you're always progressing to plan. Hopefully they don't do anything too. No, Enigmatic Incarnation. At least we're not seeing Fires of Invention. However, something for 4. Heliod the Radiant Dawn. That's going to be problematic. Well, I'm going to take it out anyways. Yeah, I want the card draw with Ripjaw. Marauding, pinging it. And then I'll attack with Ripjaw, because Heliod I don't imagine would block. I'm pretty sure. Actually, let me think. This could be very explosive. Regisaur for 3. Topiary would get us to 7 lands. Domri plus Topiary. I kind of like. You know what? Domri plus Topiary. That's good. Beautiful stuff. We get another creature, technically, with the Topiary that's already been out. We get another land. We get more damage with the ping from Marauding. Regisaur Alpha, could have been nice as well. But I like the Ripjaw. Maximum aggression. Boom. Good game. There it is. Phew. And I didn't even need the Tranquil Frillback. Good stuff. But you see, I think that's a perfect pairing, a match made in heaven. Thunderherd Migration plus Topiary, you get to 7 lands consistently. Ranging Raptors, you saw right there. Stacking that cost reduction, playing Ranging for 1 green to get 1 basic and be left with a creature to attack with. Maybe getting another basic down the line a few turns later, possibly, and that is just insane value. And very nice against aggro, I must say. Hey, if they're attacking with a 3-3, maybe you just played Ranging Raptors, but the only land you get is the one where it dies from the 3-3. You don't trade with it, but hey, you stopped yourself taking 3 damage and got a basic land. Maybe you stopped a 4-4, something like that. Yes, good game indeed. Oh, absolutely, Dr. Gazooks. It's starting to get a little bit hot here. Luckily, I am north-ish Ontario, and things stay somewhat cool. Ugh. Marauding Raptors going down, I expect. Seemed very good, of course, you know. Bunch of lands, marauding for 2, Domri. Still a ways away from T-Rex after they get rid of those things. Yeah, I'll try for marauding, even though at the moment there is nothing that's going to power out, unfortunately. Yes, Dinos does. Nuts. Lots of stuff for 3, lots of stuff for 2. There's a good chance we'll see, hey, what did I say? Something for 3 or 2. So we're getting there. We're getting there in a stable way. It may just be inevitable if they don't have that Thoughtseize. And if I see a Castle Gamebreak next turn, we're going to get there 2 turns sooner for T-Rex. I'll get rid of the mountain, I think. Might have to be Tyrannosaurus Rex now at this point. You know what, T-Rex. See if I draw out another Thoughtseize they might have. Thinking this is something big and impactful, which is not the case. Oh, okay, we're getting there. Yeah, I don't know, Sammy. It's different. Different for sure. But they just, just keep discarding things. We'll get a creature at some point here. There certainly is a lot less costly things than T-Rex. Hey, they're not playing a whole lot. We got a body. Play it to have Liliana potentially -2. Better she goes -2 than +1. Either way, we would be losing Ripjaw. No, that's just better. Well, that's rough stuff. Play Domri, of course, you know, I'd be discarding it anyways. This way I draw some damage that would have hit me otherwise. Going to be an uphill battle at this point. Huh. Sometimes it is. No, we're not going to bust through that. I'll wait and see what I draw next turn at least. I was curious. We were talking last night about, if the match is done, you should get to look through the cards of your deck, see what you would have drawn, see how it might have changed things, perhaps. Look through your opponent's deck, learn just exactly what they're all about, if you didn't see a whole lot, and get a good idea, of course. Skalta. Hey. Can't win them all. You will not win them all, that's for sure. Okay, Rakdos. Rough dose. Yeah, sometimes Flame Sweep can be okay, but definitely against Rakdos Midrange. A lot of stuff is 3 toughness. That's why I enjoy Anger of the Gods and Brotherhood's End, hitting the Bone Crusher Giant, but definitely Brotherhood's End to hit their creatures, and of course Liliana. Tranquil Frillback. Let's get some artifacts potentially. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Destroy that. Exile their graveyards. Take out Fable of the Mirror Breaker and get rid of their entire graveyard, not having to worry about Kroxa. This is a lovely thing against Rakdos Midrange, potentially. Very nice indeed. Of course, Flame Sweep can take out Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Reflection of Kiki Jiki, instant speed, right? So you leave 3 up, it goes to their turn, the turn that it flips to Reflection of Kiki Jiki. Boom, you take out the Goblin, you take out Reflection. Blood Tithe Harvester is also 2 toughness, so it can be pretty devastating sometimes. But yeah, hey, play this. Destroy Fable, exile their graveyard, and gain 4 life. Very nice indeed. Trade with most creatures as well afterwards, so I like this package. We gotta cut somebody, somewhere. Well, Terrask, yeah, I can see the Terrask. T-Rex. Yeah, I like Ripjaw. A little bit cheaper of a creature, drawing some cards. Of course, it could be worrisome against Sheoldred, fortunately. Alright, yes, thanks for watching, Dr. Zeus. Hopefully you get some good sleep. Sometimes there's not a whole lot to stop them from robbing us. Sometimes there's not much you can do. This hand, though, should be quite fantastic. Absolutely something I'm happy to see. But there is a lot of cheap creatures. Usually I can make things happen. Rakdos can just be difficult sometimes. But yes, marauding for 2 and lovely interaction with Domri, fighting whatever creature they have. Of course, Ripjaw Raptor. Very nice to fight the Bone Crusher Giants. Lining up and trading cleanly with it, having the 5 toughness. Domri increasing Ripjaw's power to 5 or Topiary Stomper's power to 5. Lining up with Sheoldred's 5 toughness there is nice indeed. And Topiary Stomper, if we've gotten that basic land, we've already got the benefit, and we get rid of Sheoldred before we get to 7 lands. It's a nice use of Topiary Stomper there, and Topiary and Domri. Just get something to 5 power. It works out okay. Alright, good stuff. Getting in range of Carnage Tyrant. If I had brought it in, I would be going Carnage Tyrant next turn, which is pretty sweet stuff. Being at 5 lands, Castle Garenbrig, boom. Yeah, I'm missing that. Hopefully they don't have anything for Ripjaw. Certainly could have tried Domri, but I'm going to try this first. Cross your fingers. I think we'll get to 7 lands. Definitely this game was Topiary there. Certainly if I get a Raging Raptors next turn, going that plus Domri, beautiful. Now, I want Domri and then ramp with it to get the 4th mana that I need for Ripjaw. Hopefully Galta next turn would be ideal. Galta would be nice, yes. As long as Ripjaw sits there, it could be a pretty good deterrent. Of course, they often have removal, sadly. Maybe, sacrificing that blood token, meeting the requirement of Fatal Push. Or another power word kill and cut down, as it often is. Even if they just took out Domri, that would be pretty good. We'd still get Galta next turn. Nuts. Well, they get rid of their own blood tithes. Oh, they don't. They don't. That is odd. What's going on here? Huh. They chose the wrong one. Good for me. Good for me. Okay, well. That's fantastic. Yeah, that's exactly what you want. 100%. Oh, beautiful. We got fortunate they chose the wrong one. They should have chosen even. I assume that was a mistake. Certainly leaving Ripjaw Raptor, and now they need another extinction event. We still have Domri. Oh, got him. Phew. Phew. Fortunate. I want Carnage Tyrant, come to think of it. Galt was nice, definitely seeing that, I must say. I'll trim 2 Huntmasters. I possibly could trim all Huntmasters. It dies to Stomp from Bone Crusher Giants, Fatal Push, all those classic things, and there's certainly seems to be enough ramp without this. And we're not on the play, so yeah, I'll trim 2 more. Bring in a Flame Sweep. Do some nasty stuff against some of their things again. Flame Sweep sometimes just softening up the big creatures that they have, getting them in range and trading with our weaker creatures that wouldn't have otherwise. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And they didn't have a turn 1 Thoughtseize. Of course, hey, I bet they have Fatal Push, so let's not do it. We get to 4 mana next turn with 4 lands. I can go Marauding plus Topiary Stomper in a stable way and keep getting ahead and ahead and ahead, and there's nothing they can do. I bet they had a Fatal Push there. Oh, and we got the Tranquil Frillback. Finally. Beautiful stuff. Too late. Lights out. Taking out that Fable this turn. I could have done it this turn, but I would have had to just play the Frillback for 4. I definitely want the super ramping potential of what I just did there. Seems like it's going to be rough for them at this point. We've got Regis or Alpha, Ripjaw plus Topiary. Everything in our hand is just lovely. They're not going to be slowing us down anytime soon. We're doing something next turn. That's okay. Another land would be good. Oh, Castle Garenbrig. Okay, we got options here. We can get a total of 7. Castle Garenbrig 6. Topiary Stomper plus Fable. Well, now what am I thinking? It's got to be Topiary Stomper at least. Get us to 7 lands and start attacking with the one I have out already, and then play Tranquil Frillback. And I like this. I'm just happy to see it already. Took long enough. Pretty sweet. There we go. We turned on Topiary Stomper. That's going to be very painful, difficult for them to deal with. Hopefully there is no extinction event, which would make us lose all of those 3 things we have out at the moment. Could go another Regisaur plus Tranquil Frillback next turn. Yes, definitely a rock and play Pterosaurus. Sadly losing Regisaur, but lots of lovely bodies that still is going to be hard for them to deal with. Maybe Blood Tithe Harvester blocks Tranquil Frillback. That's not bad. I imagine they must have something. You know what? I'm going to see if it's a Stomp or a Fatal Push. I figured it must be. Or they just wanted that treasure simply from the Goblin. Getting Keruga. Marauding, it is something. I gotta hit him with everything. Okay. We can play anything we get. So the Terrask actually would be pretty lovely just to fight Keruga, having hexproof, attacking. Terrask would get the job done right here. Yes, maximum aggression. Hopefully they can't take out anything we have. I'm gonna take the 6. If they don't have removal, we could kill them next turn. Okay, that's alright. We might get a nice body. Having to keep the Flame Sweep in though, so that we discard it when Keruga attacks. That's how it's gotta be. Actually, I guess Eye of the Eye Tyrant just does the trick. Can't win them all, unfortunately. Yeah, oh. The darn Keruga. I don't always see him. Maybe he's just a little bit more common now. Maybe I'm just happening to see him these past few times. I try my best. Possibly would have been better to just exile the Graveyard, but definitely I didn't want Fable of the Mirror Breaker shenanigans. But certainly with Tranquil Frillback, the potential of it being reduced to a single green, I must say, similar to Ranging Raptors that I played for 1 green to get a basic land. Tranquil Frillback, you pay 2 extra green or 3, gain life, exile a graveyard, destroy an artifact or enchantment, and you're off to the races. This hand feels like it could be off to the races though. 3 lands, 3 topiaries. Yes, it is Nox, I must say. It knocks a few potential wins off of us. We'll see if they ban Fable at some point, but I'm not worried about that. I'm always happy to face whatever it is, try to do my best. However, we're seeing mono black Devotion, I think. With the stable ramp that's happening here and seeing this mountain, we'll be getting to Tyrannix Rex. Next turn we can play both topiaries with the 6 green from Castle Garenbrig. We have at least 2 other sources of green to do Castle Garenbrig's ability. So 7, 5. Yeah, it's going to be good next turn. You're going to see some lovely, lovely stuff right here. Oh, nuts. I got to take 1. Topiary. Beautiful. It doesn't happen very often. Of course, this opponent can't stop what we're doing. They're not part blue. We start to attack with this. Hey, if they sweep or extinction event, we got T-Rex bringing up the rear. Hasty damage. Boom. Regisaur. Boom. The ramp we've done can't be interrupted. Oh, nuts. That's the worst thing ever. It's not that bad. Man, I wish I could just have 8 Topiary Stompers. Kind of. Ranging Raptors is like another Topiary in a sense. Bam. Shieldred. Ah, shoot. What are we going to do with that? See what T-Rex does. I imagine T-Rex would draw out Shieldred. I'm going to attack with everything. They don't want to be hit for 8 and get those counters. Yes, I think... I'm pretty sure. Yes. Okay, good. See? That's lovely stuff right there. Yes, to get another black land Nox. I'm not sure why exactly mono black uses Fabled Passage. I've seen that a little bit in the past. Maybe to thin the deck. It's negligible. Thinning the deck in such a way to see something that isn't a land, I believe. I read it some time ago. 6. Oh, we can do this. That's pretty good. We'll go to Regis or Alpha plus Ripjaw for lethal. Dead. They have to stop everything. Oh, hey, shoot. What are we going to do? Hopefully they don't have another Shieldred's Edict. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Oh yes, so they can fail to push. Yes, Pterosaurus, that is a good point. And we hit them for 7. Oh, dead. They pinged themselves, and that's how you do it. Stunning. I love it. Nice and clean. It's nice to get perfect, exactly lethal, especially if the opponent does it to themselves. However, could Tranquil Frillback be good? Mono Black Devotion has those enchantments, Phyrexian Arena, the black one, it's on the tip of my tongue, from the Dungeons and Dragons set. And a few other things, possibly. I could see Tranquil Frillback being nice. Maybe they do some graveyard things, although I don't think that's usually the case. It's got to be Mono Black Devotion. Or just Mono Black Midrange Control, whatever you want to call it. May not want to draw cards with Ripjaw, that's the thing. Tarrasque, of course, I want to see Tarrasque hopefully once tonight. Be crossing my fingers for that. And you know what, I'll keep it as is. All out of my coffee, my goodness. I should have made it closer to when I started so I wouldn't be drinking it quite as fast, because it would be hot. That's too rough. I would expect to see something for 2, something for 3. In the opening hand, there we go, Thunderherd Migration. Getting us there to Raging Raptors. Hopefully no Thoughtseize. Hey, we got lucky that first game, I must say. Phew. It's got to be Thunderherd. Yeah. Oh, that is interesting. Maybe they have another Thoughtseize that now this turn is going to get rid of it. Oh, that's weird. I must say, that is weird. Huh. Maybe they thought because the stuff's revealed, I wouldn't be able to reveal it with Thunderherd. But again, even if something's revealed, you can reveal it a second time. You just don't give the opponent any new information. It's 0 drawback at that point right there. Ooh, that's a toughie. I think Regisaur and Domri. At least make sure we have a play next turn of 4 or so. You know, Topiary Stomper instead. Play it safe. Get to a 5th land. Make sure they can't Thoughtseize Topiary or go blank and we lose the stable ramp that I might have gotten if I decided to go with Ripjaw. Oh, good stuff. Nothing in hand, so we don't have to worry about their discard spells, which is quite nice indeed. We're at 6 lands. There could be a good chance either Thunderherd, a land, or another Topiary getting us to 7 next turn, although Shieldred is not a fun time. There we go. That is something. Hopefully Domri eventually. Any of the creatures we have would trade with Shieldred. Yeah, we're just hoping for fighting interaction. 2 away from the Tarrasque, which is pretty nice. Oh, it's 1 away from the Tarrasque. I have been thinking of adding in maybe 2 copies of it. 3, just because I'm able to get to cast it often enough, I must say. Now, I'll wait at least another turn just in case. I'd like Ripjaw to fight Shieldred. Hey, that's alright. We got tons of basic lands. Well, actually, we're getting kind of low at this point. Could get a little bit dicey if I draw some more Thunderherds and Topiaries. Might not be much for them to grab. So you can see why I like 10, possibly 11 or 12 basic lands with 12 things grabbing a basic. This might be the match that highlights those things not grabbing anything. Because the basics are all gone. Oh, I see. Well, Nox, hopefully, yes, hopefully it's a good game. That does the trick. Okay, well, actually, I'll go back to the battlefield. I'll show you guys, but I should have suspected Torment of Hailfire. Hopefully I can get revenge for you, Nox, against Mono Black. But yeah, Torment of Hailfire. X and 2 black. Repeat the process X times. Each opponent loses 3 life 9 times, unless the player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card 9 times. Oh my goodness. And they got so much mana with Cabal Strongholds. Pay 3, tap it to add a black for each basic swamp they control. They had 5. So pay 3 to tap it to get 5 black. So 3 lands plus this land. They got, it's kind of like it tapped for 2 black effectively at that point. Yeah, it did the trick. Now I know exactly what it is all about. Is there anything I want to do against this specifically? Anything that I can do? It's just mono black ramp, Torment of Hailfire. Tormenting us, you could say. Tranquil Frillback? Maybe, yeah. Cheaper. Seems like they're not killing a whole lot of stuff. They just ramp and then explode and do something painful. Like they just did the Terrask, though. Oh, I kind of like that. Army again. Just taking out Shieldred would be lovely. Trainix Rex? Oh, I like that. You know what? I'll keep Tranquil Frillback out. I'm going to keep it as is. Hoping they don't have too much interaction, or we just get enough bodies down. Maybe we can sacrifice a few things whenever they do go Torment of Hailfire. We might be able to save ourselves. I like that. Definitely. Hopefully dodging a fatal push, of course. Marauding, making Raging Raptors 2, or Topiary Stomper. Third round would be nice by turn 3, but yeah. Still can make some good stuff happen, and certainly like seeing 2 Regis or Alphas for that lovely, lovely aggression. I almost played Castle Garenbrig, and I wouldn't have been able to play Marauding. Oh, no fatal push. Oh, this is exciting stuff. This is good. Oh, beautiful. 100%. Definitely Raging Raptors. Get to 4 lands, possibly 5 next turn. At the very least, we can go Regis or Alpha. Probably Topiary Stomper and Ripjaw if I get to 5 lands. We'll see. I mean, if Marauding Raptor is still alive, of course, it might be better to just smack them as hard as possible and do as much damage as I can with Regisaur, which would equal out likely a little bit more damage. Marauding, pinging Regisaur and the token, getting it to 6, plus the token itself. Oh, no. Topiary, Regisaur. A Ripjaw potentially could draw a land. We got a... Oh, 13 viewers. Oh, maybe we'll break the record. I think a replay would be good, Sammy. Definitely. I'm gonna press my luck. Hope to draw a second land for Topiary here. Let's see. Maybe they were waiting to fatal push this thing. So Marauding isn't going to ping it. Land. You can do it. You can do it. Oof. That's not land. It's creatures. Hopefully double Topiary Stomper next turn, though, and we're off to the races. Or just Tyrannix Rex. We got to keep that in mind. Breaking records here. Cuts, yes. Very good stuff. Happy to see. Anybody new? Anybody old? Happy to have you. Happy to get a bunch of lands stably right here. Boom. Supercharge them. Smack them. Doesn't matter what they do, they're not going to do a nasty big Torment of Hailfire next turn. Solemn Simulacrum. Tongue-tied. My mouth is dry. I've been talking a little bit more than I usually do. Usually I can keep it flowing. You guys definitely help the conversation flow. Maybe I haven't drank enough water today or something. Blood on the Snow. Oh, nuts. I wish I had something good I could play next turn. For 7. 12 likes. 12. Oh, I gotta check that out. Oh, geez. Oh, look at this. Castle Garenbrig saves the day once again. Beautiful. Oh, they... Yes, good game. Good game indeed. Look at that, folks. Why did I win? Because of this. If you haven't tried out Castle Garenbrig, most people don't try it out or use it. They're not playing normally creatures that cost 6 green or higher. There it is. Fantastic example right there. Let's see, how long has it been? I probably should leave at this point just because, again, my wife, stomach a little bit upset. Oh, at one point, I was at 14. The all-time record is 16. We're getting there. I'm gonna break 20 concurrent viewers, maybe this week, potentially. That would be nice. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Leave it there for now, just in case my wife isn't feeling too good. Although I certainly want to continue. We're at a high number of viewers right now. Pretty lovely stuff. Yes, yes. I was thinking about Yorvo. 100%. Very scary stuff. Man, maybe a single copy of Yorvo. Lord of Garenbrig, I think it's called. King of Garenbrig. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, either way. Good night, Sammy. Pterosaurus, Hut, Nox, Dr. Gazooks, if you're watching this later on, Heaven, 5 Ways, all the new people lurking around, and anybody later on, whenever it is, morning, evening, afternoon, have a good rest of your time zone. You see the awesome power that Dinos can deliver to your opponent. Tranquil Frillback at least showed up a little bit tonight, but I'm definitely going to keep using it going forward. Man, lovely stuff. All right. I hope the night goes well for me. Thank you, Nox. Peace. Have a good one. Hopefully all you guys get some good sleep. Better than me. All right. See you later.